Would you believe it? 2 more seeds have gone out of Wimbledon. But would you also believe that 2 more seeds, guess who they are cruising through? Day 5 of Wimbledon 2018 coming up next. Hi everyone, Anne-Marie here bringing you the daily updates from Wimbledon 2018. And of course, what better to start off with but to say that the 2 seeds that we fully expect to probably reach the quarters and the semis, maybe even the finals, have cruised through, starting off with Roger Federer, who won 6-3, 7-5, 6-2, playing Jean-Leonard Struff. Fairly easy win for Federer, pretty much cruised all the way through. And of course, Serena Williams played France's Kiki Bertens, beat her in straight sets by 7-5, 7-6 on a tiebreak. You know, the score, I would say, would actually reflect how tough that match was. Kiki Bertens was throwing everything at Serena, but Serena was the one who ended up being victorious and now moves through to round 4. However, of course, it was another dramatic day at Wimbledon 2018 where 2 seeds actually crashed out again on the women's side, which means only 2 seeds out of the top 10 on the ladies' side go through into the second week. So starting off with Venus Williams, she was beaten by the 26-year-old Dutchwoman Kiki Bertens by the following score: 6-2, 6-7, 8-6, and that final decider went backwards and forwards, lots of breaks of serves. Kiki Bertens, you know, held strong, and Venus was playing probably the best tennis I've seen her do for a long time, but it's not meant to be. The former finalist from last year is out of Wimbledon, and joining her, which is probably the biggest shock of the day, is Madison Keys, who went out 7-5, 5-7, 6-4 to the Russian qualifier, and I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, particularly her first name, Evgenia Rodina, who is ranked 120 in the world. In the press conference, Madison Keys just said the nerves just played a massive part in that match, and she started thinking about who her next opponent would be, which would be Serena Williams, and that just messed with her head completely and she lost her way. But much respect to the 120th ranked player on the ladies' side, beating a potential Grand Slam winner, as in Madison Keys. So congratulations to Evgenia Rodina, who will meet Serena Williams in round 4 next. Some other stories to bring you from day 5 about the British pair, Norrie and Clarke, who both went out in terms of their singles matches, but paired up for the first time to play in the doubles, and they had an epic match which started on Wednesday but actually didn't finish until Friday on day 5. So it was a 5-hour battle, as I mentioned, starting on the Wednesday, which then got suspended because of the rain. They restarted on the Thursday but then got stopped because of poor light, and then finally finished it off on day 5 on the Friday. And at the time, Clarke and Norrie were 2-1 up, and then it shifted again. But it finally ended, and I have to look at my notes for this one so I get the score right. 4-6, 7-6, 7-5, 6-3, 22-20. Fifth and final set went to 22-20, and it started to bring back memories when I could see the score up flashing around on social media on the TV. I'm thinking, goodness, is this going back to John Isner and Nicholas Mahut territory, that epic match that took place back in 2010? But it wasn't meant to be for Norrie and Clarke. Congratulations to them for giving a real show to the British public, but it wasn't meant to be, and they have now exited Wimbledon as a doubles partnership. One other story to bring you is about Nick Kyrgios. Nick Kyrgios responded to a comment that was made by Marion Bartley, one of the commentators here at 2018 for the Wimbledon Championship. She talks about how she said that he was childish, and she was also talking about Gael Monfils as well, and also said that the pair lacked work ethic on a Radio 5 Live interview. Nick Kyrgios responded via Twitter first of all, but then he wrote a very lengthy Instagram post where he suggested to Bartley that she stops assuming that she knows where people come from, and stop suggesting that she knows about others and that they don't care what she thinks. She expressed an opinion, he's expressed an opinion, that's the end of it. So, but Nick Kyrgios is still in Wimbledon and he's playing fantastically well, and I hope he will be able to go deep into the tournament. Looking at day 6 order of play, one of the big matches on centre court, last on centre court, will be Britain's number 1, Carl Edmund. He's taking on Novak Djokovic. Grand Slam winner, Australian Open, French Open, Wimbledon and US Open. Djokovic is coming back from injury but is really playing well. Carl Edmund, solid, has come through the early rounds with good ease. So I expect a really strong battle that will happen on centre court. But what's quite interesting is that Carl's match is scheduled after the England game. He's a massive football fan, and I heard an interview where his coach has explained that he's going to try and keep Carl away from TV screens and social media leading up to his match, because England kick off at 3 o'clock against Sweden in the World Cup quarter-final. And what about anything else on day 6 of order of play? You'll have Simona Halep. She's going to be on the number 1 court playing Suwei Hache. Very tricky player, very tricky. People do find her a joy to watch. She's got a lot of variety with her game and she can be a tricky opponent. So let's see how Halep does with that one. Also on number 1 court, you're going to have Alexander Zverev. He is going to be playing Ernest Gulbis, who knocked out Jake Clarke in a 5-setter in the first round, and Nick Kyrgios, who I spoke about a few minutes ago, playing Kei Nishikori as well. Anything else to bring in terms of the order of play? Just quickly scrolling through. There's no big show. I don't want to be disrespectful. Actually, tell a lie. There's another match to bring to your attention on court 12. Karen Khachanov from Russia versus Frances Tiafoe from the USA. Both unseeded, both seen as the next generation of players that are coming through. I think that is going to be a real battle between those two. And it's fantastic actually to see both Khachanov and Tiafoe making their way through a Grand Slam. For Tiafoe, this is the first time he's reached the 3rd round of a Grand Slam. So best of luck to both players when they play later on court 12. As ever, if you've liked today's video, don't forget to hit the like button underneath. Please feel free to leave comments or suggestions about my daily updates from Wimbledon 2018. Enjoy the day and I will catch you next time. Take care.